So this keeps on hovering around 3.5, 3.6. That's about 50 times the level of radiation exposure that you'd normally get in, say, Melbourne or Sydney.
We're exposed to radiation the whole time. You can't live anywhere on this planet without being exposed to radiation.
Professor Thomas contends there's an irrational fear when it comes to radiation. Just because we can measure it, like we did on the flight from Japan to London, it doesn't make it dangerous.
When you swim in the sea, you're exposed to uranium in the sea. Another thing that people really don't usually think about. But you can't avoid it. And your body...
And it's not killing us?
It's not killing us. If it killed us, why are we such a long-lived species? Why is it that man has evolved to live longer and longer if radiation was so deadly at these low levels? It doesn't make sense.
When nuclear power goes bad, it goes really bad.
It goes bad, but not as bad as people think. I mean, the one thing that we have learnt from both Chernobyl and Fukushima is it actually wasn't the radiation that's done the health damage to the people in the surrounding areas. It's their fear of radiation. There's been far more psychological damage than there has actually physical damage because of the two accidents.
It's not a disproportionate fear, though, is it? Because people have been killed from this.
And when you say people have been killed, the facts are basically that 28 people were killed as a result of the fire and the explosion in the Chernobyl power plant. They died very quickly from very high doses of radiation. They were mainly the firemen who were putting out the fire that resulted from the accident there. The general population around, the most important thing for them is the risk of thyroid cancer, and that's restricted to those who are very young at exposure. And actually, we haven't seen many deaths from thyroid cancer because we can actually treat thyroid cancer very effectively. So although we've had about 6,000 cases of thyroid cancer, we would predict over a long period of time, maybe 50 years, only a death rate of about 1%. Because ironically, we can treat thyroid cancer by giving very high doses of radioiodine, the very thing that caused the original cancers in low doses.
And what about Fukushima?
Fukushima, nobody has died from the radiation. People have died from being evacuated. 1,800 people were killed during the evacuation because people were running away from the reactor. And many more, of course, died in the tsunami, which is not related to Fukushima itself, but was one of the causes of the accident at Fukushima.
But from radiation poisoning?
Absolutely none. The doses were very much lower in Fukushima, so nobody has died from radiation poisoning.
Hello, I'm Tom Steinfort. Thanks for watching. To keep up with the latest from 60 Minutes Australia, make sure you subscribe to our channel. You can also download the 9Now app for full episodes and other exclusive 60 Minutes content.